Fear is something we all experience. It's that feeling in the pit of your stomach before stepping into the unknown, the hesitation before taking a risk, the voice in your head whispering doubts. It's the reason so many dreams are left unfulfilled, the invisible force that holds people back from their greatest potential. Imagine standing at the edge of a diving board for the first time. Your legs tremble, your heart races, and 1,000 thoughts rush through your mind, convincing you to step back. But what if you took that leap? What if, instead of retreating, you jumped? Fear is powerful, but it is not insurmountable. Fear has the ability to paralyze us. It grips our minds, makes our hands shake, and convinces us that we are not ready, not good enough, or that failure is inevitable. Think about the times you hesitated when an opportunity arose. Maybe it was the fear of public speaking that kept you from presenting an idea. Maybe it was the fear of rejection that stopped you from asking for what you wanted. Maybe it was the fear of failure that kept you from starting something new. Fear tricks us into believing that staying where we are is safer than moving forward, but in reality, it only keeps us stuck. This fear can sabotage our potential. There are countless real-life examples of people who missed out on opportunities because they let fear dictate their decisions. Consider an aspiring artist who never shared their work because they feared criticism, or an entrepreneur who never launched their business because they worried about failure. On the other hand, those who overcome fear often find that failure is not the end, but a stepping stone. Every missed opportunity due to fear is a chance that could have led to growth, success, and fulfillment. To overcome fear, we must first understand it. What is its root cause? Many fears stem from past experiences or deeply ingrained beliefs. A child who was ridiculed for making a mistake in class might grow up fearing judgment. A person who failed once might convince themselves they will always fail. These experiences shape our perception, but they do not define our future. Identifying where our fears come from helps us dismantle them. Are they based on facts, or are they merely assumptions? Challenging these beliefs is crucial. Many of the fears we hold are irrational or limiting. The fear of failure, for example, is often tied to the belief that failing means we are not good enough. But is that really true? Every successful person has failed at some point. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team before becoming one of the greatest players in history. What separates them from those who give up is their belief that failure is not a permanent condition. Shifting our perspective is another key step. Instead of seeing failure as an endpoint, we must learn to see it as a lesson. Every failure carries valuable information. It teaches us what doesn't work, what needs improvement, and what steps to take next. The greatest innovators, athletes, and leaders have all faced setbacks, but they did not let those setbacks define them. They used them as fuel to push forward. Once we understand our fear, we can begin to overcome it. One of the most effective ways to do this is by embracing discomfort. Growth does not happen in comfort zones. The more we expose ourselves to situations that scare us, the less power fear has over us. Think about learning to swim. At first, the water feels intimidating, but with practice, it becomes second nature. The same principle applies to public speaking, starting a business, or taking any kind of risk. The more we do it, the more confidence we build. Focusing on the process rather than the outcome can also help. Instead of being overwhelmed by the big picture, break down your goals into smaller, achievable steps. If you want to become a great speaker, start by practicing in front of a mirror, then speak in front of a small group, and gradually build up. Each small step you take strengthens your confidence and brings you closer to your goal. Celebrate these milestones, no matter how small, because progress is still progress. Cultivating a growth mindset is essential. A fixed mindset sees challenges as threats, but a growth mindset sees them as opportunities to learn. When faced with difficulty, instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I can't do this yet." Instead of seeing mistakes as failures, see them as part of the learning process. The way we talk to ourselves matters. Positive self-talk and affirmations can help rewire our brains to approach challenges with confidence rather than fear. Building resilience is another crucial step. No one succeeds alone. Surrounding yourself with a support system can make all the difference. Find mentors, coaches, or motivation, or communities that uplift and encourage you. Learning from those who have walked the path before you can provide valuable insights and motivation. Learning from setbacks is equally important. Every time something goes wrong, instead of dwelling on what didn't work, analyze it. What could you do differently next time? What lessons can you take away? The most successful people in the world are not those who never fail, but those who refuse to let failure define them. They adjust their approach and keep moving forward. Visualization is another powerful tool. Before taking on a challenge, create a clear vision of what success looks like. See yourself achieving your goals. Imagine the feeling of accomplishment, and practice visualizing the steps needed to get there. This mental rehearsal strengthens confidence and prepares the mind for action. Athletes, performers, and high achievers all use visualization techniques to enhance their performance. Finally, success comes down to action. Setting smart goals can provide clarity and direction. Goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Instead of saying, "I want to be successful," define what success looks like. Is it starting a business within 6 months? Is it mastering a new skill within a year? The clearer the goal, the easier it is to create a plan of action. Having a plan is essential. Once you have a goal, outline the steps needed to achieve it. Break it down into daily, weekly, and monthly tasks. Track your progress and make adjustments as needed. The more structured your plan, the more manageable it becomes. Consistency is key. Success does not happen overnight. It requires persistent effort. Take small steps every day, even when motivation fades. Discipline is what carries you forward when inspiration is lacking. Celebrate your milestones along the way and never give up. Fear loses its power when you take action despite it. In the end, fear is not the enemy. It is simply a challenge to be overcome. The greatest achievements in life come from those who refuse to let fear hold them back. You have the power to take control, to step into discomfort, to challenge your limits, and to create the life you want. The choice is yours. Will you let fear dictate your future, or will you rise above it and take the leap?